So another great big journey begins. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, beautiful crisp spring morning, and I'm in the middle of London, heading out to Heathrow, where I'm going to fly to Singapore. Then I'm going to fly from Singapore to Yangon in Myanmar. I'm going to Burma. Now I'm going there to investigate a record which is in the Guinness Book of World Records, and according to that, in the Second World War, 980 unfortunate Japanese soldiers were eaten by crocodiles in a mangrove swamp, somewhere called Ramri Island. It's a fabulous story, and I'm going out there to see if there's any truth in it. Well, the flight's just been called, and I'm having a lovely experience of being in Heathrow all by myself, because when you film, you're usually there with the director, maybe an assistant producer, cameraman, soundman, huge mountains of bags everywhere, and it takes forever. But I absolutely whipped through security this morning, so now heading off to good old Singapore Airlines for 12 hours of sitting down being bored. Just waiting for my flight now. So I thought I'd sit down and read through some of the things that I found out yesterday in my 1970 edition of the Guinness Book of World Records, which I was given when I was filming there. It's got some of the most amazing things in it. The world record for seesawing non-stop is 115 hours. Holy shit. Sore bum. The record for non-stop talking is 138 hours. What? In 1888, a 15-year-old woman yawned continuously for 5 weeks. The earliest depiction of wrestling is 3000 BC. I love this one. The shortest timed sporting event is the quick draw in shooting, with a record of 0.06 seconds. Now that, my friends, is a spectator sport. This is interesting. Between 1496 BC and 1970, there were only 230 years of peace. And the shortest war was between Great Britain and Zanzibar on the 27th of August 1896. It lasted from 9:02 till 9:40. Singapore Airport, making my way to connecting flight to go to Yangon, and there's a kind of a mini London here. There's Big Ben, there's a telephone box, post box, and a London bus. So weird. Wasn't expecting that. I really like the slight weirdness of Singapore Airport. There's jungles and running water, everything you'd expect, but a bit more outside than inside. So I thought I'd tell you a bit about Burma actually. I'm particularly excited about going here because my grandfather fought at the Battle of Kohima in the Second World War and actually won a military cross there. It was being described as Britain's greatest ever battle, which I'm not sure I entirely agree about. I think that Hastings might have been a bit more important, because after that, of course, we were all French. Anyway, Kohima was one of those very famous battles where one side was hugely outgunned by the other, 12,000 Japanese against something like 1,200 British soldiers. And it all happened up in the mountains on Kohima Ridge. Now, we're not going that far, but what happened after it is that the Japanese were pushed out of Burma and they got trapped between the mainland and this hideous mangrove swamp at Ramri Island, which was completely full of crocodiles, and they couldn't get across the rivers very well. And this is where the rumour came that 980 of them on their retreat were eaten by crocodiles. And we've made it to Myanmar, now just heading off to the hotel to wait for the rest of the crew to turn up. We've got a cameraman coming from Singapore, director and a soundman coming from Bangkok. So local guys, which means I'm the only person to have managed to get here from the UK. Bit of a lonely journey, but now I'm here in the craziness of the centre of Yangon. Well, an enormous day's travelling has finally come to an end, and look where I am. This is the wonderful Inyar Lake in the middle of Yangon in Myanmar, and I've been wandering around it all day, admiring its silvery still waters and considering what a magnificent natural resource it is, until I found out, of course, that it's not a natural resource but was built by the British in 1882. We just can't leave anything alone, can we? In this case, we managed to join together two mountains and then flood the entire place, but thereby giving fresh water to the entire city of Rangoon. So you never know when it comes to do with the empire whether these things are good or bad, and I've still yet to make up my mind. There are also other layers of history here as well, which is fascinating, because Aung San Suu Kyi's house is actually on the border of this lake, and it's that house where she was kept prisoner under house arrest for all of those years before Burma became Myanmar. So wonderful levels of history, layers of history, and I'm going to find out tomorrow some more. Hopefully, I might even find out about some crocodiles as well.